Hey guys, right here I have a 2016 Mercedes-Benz A 180 Sport. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here is the key. Let's go ahead and start it up first. The W176A class comes with an electric rack and pinion power steering system. Standard on the Sport trim is a leather-wrapped steering wheel with Sport grips at 10 and 2 and perforated stitching on the sides. The A180 can be paired to either a 6-speed manual or a 7G DCT 7-speed dual-clutch automated manual. The latter is fitted to this car, and the transmission is controlled using the direct select gear lever to the right of the steering column. 7G DCT uses one clutch for odd gears and another clutch for even gears. Due to the nature of 7G DCT, a clutch pedal as found in a traditional manual and a torque converter as found in a traditional automatic is not needed. 7G DCT gives drivers better fuel consumption, smoother shifts, and less lag between shift times over a traditional automatic. This transmission does have manual shifting via the pedal shifters on the back of the top two steering wheel spokes. A reverse camera is standard across the A-class range in the UK. The reverse camera does feature guidance lines to help in parking, and also if you use the control knob down the center console, you are able to select two different views for the reverse camera, as well as adjust the brightness of the reverse camera display. To the left of the hazard lights button is the button to toggle between the dynamic select driving modes that are available. 4 modes are offered: Eco, Comfort, Sport and Individual. Eco gears the car towards better fuel efficiency, Comfort is the default mode, Sport tunes the car to give drivers a sportier drive, and Individual lets drivers play around with the settings so they can find a suitable driving mode for themselves. The settings that can be changed in Individual are the steering, the Eco start-stop function, the climate control, and the drive. In terms of safety, the A-Class gets 7 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force, distribution and brake assist, electronic stability program, anti-skid regulation, adaptive brake lights, hill start assist, attention assist, a tire pressure monitoring system, an alarm system with immobilizer, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the rear seats. Now, let's turn on the hazards, lights, rear fog light, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. Standard on the Sport trim are a set of 17-inch 5 twin-spoke design alloy rims. The rims on this car are wrapped in Continental Conti Sport Contact 5 225/45 R17 tires. The brakes are ventilated discs up front and solid discs out back. The suspension comprises of McPherson struts in front and a multi-link setup at the rear. When Mercedes introduced the first generation W168 A-Class at the 1997 Frankfurt Motor Show, the design was quite unusual for the German company at that time, as it had a 5-door tall hatchback body style. The W168 was also Mercedes' first front-wheel drive vehicle. The W168 was replaced by the W169 A-Class in 2004, and the basic tall hatchback design remained, with the only difference for the second generation being the addition of a 3-door body style in addition to the 5-door model. This model was eventually replaced by the third generation W176 A-Class in 2012. The W176 departed from the designs of its predecessors by offering a more conventional hatchback design so it can be a proper competitor to other C-segment hatchbacks. The 3-door body style was dropped, but for the first time there is an AMG variant. The W176 was given a facelift for the 2016 model year. This A-Class is powered by Mercedes' M270 DE16AL RAD, 1.6 litre, dual overhead cams, 16 valves, turbocharged inline-4 petrol engine with direct injection. This engine produces 120 horsepower at 5,000 RPM and 200 Nm of torque between 1,250 and 4,000 RPM. 0 to 62 miles per hour or 0 to 100 km per hour takes 8.6 seconds, and the top speed is 118 miles per hour or 190 km per hour. 50 litres is the fuel tank size, and the combined fuel consumption for the A180 7G DCT is 52.3 miles per gallon or 5.4 litres per 100 kilometers. Carbon dioxide emissions on 17-inch wheels is 126 grams per kilometer, and the A-Class is a front-wheel drive vehicle. The 2016 W176 A-Class facelift is currently available in the UK in A180D, A200D, A220D, A160, A180, A200, A250, and Mercedes AMG A45 flavors. Formatic all-wheel drive is standard on the A45, and it is an option on the A220D and the A250. Several trim levels are available depending on the engine chosen. Exterior features of the A-Class Sport includes automatic manual leveling halogen reflector headlights, automatic wipers, halogen daytime running lights, rear fog light, LED rear lights, LED rear number plate lights, indicators on the side mirrors, body-colored door handles and side mirrors, chrome belt line strips, and dual polished stainless steel exhaust pipes. You do have your speaker down there together with a bottle holder and some storage. You do have another speaker right there. Right here you do have your mirror controls, window controls. All of the windows in this car are fully automatic in both directions, and you do have your window lock right here as well. Right next to the interior door handle on the driver's side, you do have your central locking buttons. To the right of the headlight switch, you do have the lever to adjust the level of the headlight. And right down there, you do have your electronic parking brake. I'll show you how it works in a moment. You do have Mercedes-Benz floor mats and door sills for the front. And the driver's seat in this A-Class Sport does get full manual adjustments. This knob controls your seat back. This lever controls your seat height. This knob controls your seat inclination. And this lever down here controls your seat position. You also do have manual thigh support adjusted via this lever right here. And you do have under-seat storage for the driver's side. Alright. So let's go ahead and see how she revs. As mentioned earlier on, the electronic parking brake is located right here. It is currently engaged. To disengage it, put your foot on the brake and pull the lever out. To engage it, simply push the lever back in. The A-Class Sport does come standard with the Thermatronic dual-zone automatic climate control system with all of your controls located down here. It is quite simple to use. You do have your front and rear defrost, fan speed, different modes, recirculation, air conditioning, driver side temperature with your off button and rest mode, and your passenger side temperature with your automatic mode and zone button. Zone means if you have it turned on, each side will have their individual temperature controls, but if you turn it off, the driver's side will control the temperature for both sides. You do have a bit of storage right here and a power outlet. More storage. And you do have a couple of cup holders right here. Right next to the hazard light switch on the right, you do have your button to activate or deactivate your automatic start-stop system. If you do have the system activated, the engine will momentarily shut off when you arrive at a stop, such as a traffic light or a traffic jam, to save that extra bit of petrol or diesel depending on what the car is running on. And to the left, as mentioned earlier on, you do have your dynamic select button. The A-Class Sport gets the Audio 20 head unit as standard. This system features an 8-inch color display, various media connectivity options and 6 speakers for the sound system. I must say, for a stock sound system, the speakers in the A class do sound quite good. The 8-inch display right above is controlled using your set of controls down here with this knob that goes up, down, left, right, scrolls to the left, scrolls to the right, and clicks down for enter. You also do have your return and favorite buttons in front of the knob. You also do have your set of controls on the dashboard itself. To the left, you do have your radio, media, navigation and telephone shortcut buttons, your system settings button, mute button, as well as your on hook off hook buttons for the Bluetooth telephone system. To the right, you do have your Bluetooth telephone keypad. It also doubles up as your 10 customizable stations for the FM AM menus. In the middle, you do have your volume and power knob, seat track buttons, your CD player, it is MP3 compatible, eject button for the CD player, as well as a clear button. Right down here, you do have an SD card slot. But back to the display, we are currently in your Bluetooth audio streaming menu with your current song playing information. You do have the artist, album, song duration, song title, and right down here you do have your Bluetooth device name. To bring up the menus, just move the knob up or down. And in traditional Mercedes command fashion, the system works in a 3-tier format, so you do have your main menus right above, sub-menus in the middle, and the options for the sub-menu down below. So for the Bluetooth audio streaming menu, you do have your options menu where you can select your Bluetooth audio devices, play mode, volume, and your traffic announcements. Hit the back button to go back, and next up you do have your play pause. Right here you do have your list of devices, and lastly your sound settings with your bass, mid, treble, balance and fader, for the main menu. If you go up, you can select your different media options with your Bluetooth audio streaming, information on media, CD, memory card, media interface. Your media interface port basically allows you to connect various devices, whether it be your USB, auxiliary, or iPod device. And obviously your Bluetooth audio. Next up, we do have your radio, and under radio you can access your FM AM menus, look at your list of available radio stations in the area, perform a manual tuning search and all that. Navigation. This car is not equipped with navigation, so it does pop up a message saying that navigation is not installed. Right there. Right here we do have your Bluetooth telephone menu. You can bring up options for your Bluetooth device, connect the device. Obviously look at your phone book, look at your call list, dial a number and all that. And for the Bluetooth telephone menu, right above you can also select between telephone, internet, and information on your telephone or internet. Lastly, your vehicle settings. Right here you can select your light settings, your dynamic select settings, consumption information, owner's manual, you can also set your time, and back to your vehicle settings. central locking, on the steering wheel, the right spoke houses your audio controls with your volume, mute button, voice control button, and your on-hook off-hook buttons for the Bluetooth telephone system. On the left spoke, the up, down, left, right, OK and return buttons actually control your multi-information display located within the instrument cluster. Up and down goes through the different sub-menus, while left and right goes through the different main menus. Hit OK to select that particular option, and hit return to go back to the previous menu. Right now, you do have your mileage and trip meter, digital speedometer, driving data from the last reset with your distance traveled, average fuel consumption, average speed and elapsed time, driving data from the last startup, eco display, range and instant fuel consumption, and back to your mileage and trip meter. Next up, we do have your navigation menu, audio menu, telephone menu, your vehicle assistance menu with your assistance graphics, turning on or off your electronic stability program, collision prevention assist, and your attention assist. Next up, we do have your service menu with your vehicle messages, tire pressure monitoring system, and your service indicator. Next up, your settings menu with your instrument cluster settings, light settings, vehicle settings, and resetting the system back to factory settings. As mentioned earlier on the right stalk, you do have your gear lever. On the top left stalk, you do have your indicator and wiper controls. And on the bottom left stalk, you do have your cruise control and speed limiter controls. The steering wheel in this car is tilt and telescopic. You adjust it using this lever right here. Adjustable front center armrest. With storage down below, you also do have a couple of USB ports right in there. Manual dimming, rear view mirror. Right there you do have your SOS button, as well as the buttons to turn off the interior sensor and your tow mode sensor. Sunglass holder. And you do have your interior lights right above. They are LED powered. You also do have lights underneath the rear view mirror. This button turns on the lights at the back. Sun visor for the driver's side does get a vanity mirror and a light. And the driver does get a grip handle. Alright. So I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now. And continue with the rest of the tour. You do have your speaker down there together with a bottle holder and some storage, and your window control is right there. The rear seats in this A-Class do fold down. They split 60-40 when folding, and to fold them down, first make sure the headrests are all the way down. Then locate the levers on either sides of the headrests, pull it, and then flip the seat back down. You can move the seat belt out of the way if you did not want the seat belt obstructing you. I did set the driver's seat to a position that I would feel comfortable in. I'm about 5'7", which is about 1.7 meters tall. There is a bit of room to stretch out my feet underneath the driver's seat. As for legroom, I get about this much. And I do get about this much headroom. The back seats in the A class aren't actually that spacious, but at least the seats are nice and comfortable. You do get storage pockets on the front seat backs, rear aircon vents, some storage down here together with a power outlet. No rear center armrest for this one, but you do get grip handles on the ceiling with hooks for both sides at the back. And your interior lights right up there. To open up the rear hatch, go towards the rear hatch itself and locate a touchpad right beneath the Mercedes-Benz badge. Boot space in the A class is 341 litres with the rear seat backs in place and 1157 litres with the rear seat backs folded and the cargo cover removed. There are storage pockets on both sides of the boot as well as on the cargo cover. To the left of the boot there is a light and a power outlet, and underneath the boot floor is some storage. Electronic fuel flap, you do have adjustable headrests front and rear. You do have your window control right there, speakers right up there and right down there. And together with your speaker down there, you do have a bottle holder and some storage. The front passenger seat in this car does get full manual adjustments as well, with the same set of adjustments as the driver's side, including your height, inclination, and thigh support. And you also do have the same under-seat storage. You do have a storage pocket down there. Nicely sized glove box. Grip handle for the front passenger. And the front passenger's sun visor does get a vanity mirror and a light as well. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2016 Mercedes-Benz A 180 Sport. Thanks for watching and goodbye.